There have been no official studies of anxiety in children with epilepsy, but it is estimated that between 23 and 33% of children with epilepsy have an anxiety disorder. That is why I created EpiBear, to help these children. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Emily Hoover, and I was diagnosed with epilepsy 8 years ago, living in Misawa, Japan, and I have been beating it back ever since. I would like to talk to you all today about a project my family and I have been working on for over a year now. So without further ado, I'd like to start things off with my project. My project summary is simple. Make EpiBear to donate to hospitals with pediatric neurology and department and epilepsy foundations around the world. Each EpiBear is handmade by my family and me. Some EpiBear are sold on my online store to help pay for supplies and shipping. A bulk of EpiBear are donated without cost so they can be handed out to children with epilepsy. The story behind EpiBear is a simple one. Having seizures at a young age is scary, but something just as scary is being young and asked to do EEG tests and MRIs.
Do you want the slides to change?
They're not changing.
So when you want to say, that's okay. You can say next slide and they'll do it for you.
Does this?
Yeah, or you can do it that way. There you go. That's okay.
Sorry. Bears have been donated to UCLA, Nevada's Epilepsy Hospital in Las Vegas, Hasbro's Children's Hospital in Dayton, Ohio, Hasbro's Children's Hospital in Providence, Rhode Island, Epilepsy Awareness Day Expo in Disneyland, Epilepsy Foundation of Northern California, Epilepsy Foundation of Arizona, and Children's Hospital of Colorado. I've also donated bears to children from my Facebook page, and I'm currently working on another 100 EpiBear to donate to other hospitals. The faces you see in this image are just some of the children I have helped. They are the reason that I continue to try and make EpiBear a name in the epilepsy community. I want to help with the emotional burden of being epileptic, and I also want to help children not feel alone during seizures or testings. When I first started this project, I reached out to my friends and family and my followers on Facebook and raised just over $300 to make my first batch of EpiBear. I now raise funds from my GoFundMe page and from my online store. 100% of the funds from my online store go to buying supplies and help with the shipping costs to send boxes of EpiBear around the world. Here is a breakdown on how my mom and I put an EpiBear together. I buy purple and green cotton fabric and thread, assortments of buttons, polyfill, and heat transfer vinyl. I trace the bear pattern onto the fabric and my mom cuts them out. I choose the button colors for each face and my mom sews them on. My mom sews the bears up, I fill each bear with polyfill and finish sewing them closed. I heat press the EpiBear name and ribbon onto each bear. I also will heat press any request custom designs from my online store. 1 in 26 children are fighting epilepsy every day. So I am sure we all know at least one person during this fight that could utilize a battle buddy. If I were to win the Epilepsy Shark Tank competition today, I would strive to make sure that every hospital in the United States that treats epilepsy would have a box of EpiBear. I would also like to start sending boxes full of EpiBear to hospitals overseas and would also use my platform to spread as much epilepsy awareness. And I would do everything in my power to let other children like me know that epilepsy does not define them, and we will fight this fight together one day at a time. I'd like to read a quote by an anonymous person on epilepsy.com forum that made me feel inspired. I run a race called Epilepsy. If I reach a hurdle, stumble and fall, I pick myself up, dust myself off, and keep running the race until epilepsy no longer exists. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. You know, you certainly have won in regards to entering people's heart and the cute factor. I think that they're not going to be able to resist, but let's hear what the sharks have to say. You know, they're a little bit hard-hearted, the sharks, so you'll have to excuse them.
Emily?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
but be careful, be careful.
Maybe I better go first, Joe.
There you go. Emily, that was a very nice presentation. I get to keep this, right? Like, just so that helps.
Depending on how you vote.
I guess my first question is, what are you hoping to use the money for, like with some detail, if you can? I know what it's for, but how are you planning to use it?
Well, I'm planning to use most of the money to buy more materials and just more things to make more bears.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the minimum prize is $50,000. That's a lot of materials and bears. I mean, have you found someone to make? Have you made plans if you win for like who's going to make them all? Because that's a lot of bears.
No.
Anyone else I would beat up so badly right now.
I'm staying silent.
I think this is a fantastic idea. It is such a heartfelt thing that I think kids greatly appreciate on a level that might be hard for everyone to understand. So I really think it's fantastic. And although Rick might have multi-million dollars of business, I was the tycoon and ran a cartel of Kool-Aid stands in Modesto, California, when I was 10 years old. So in my elaborate business experience, I might ask a little different kind of question, and that's about, have you had an opportunity to talk with some of the kids who got the bears about how they felt about, it's kind of an unusual appearance for a teddy bear, not the traditional thing we think of. So have you had a chance to talk with the kids who get them and see what they think?
Yeah, I have been able to talk to some of the kids, and they were really excited when I gave them to them. And the first bear that I gave out was at UCLA, and it was to a little girl that had her first EEG, and she was very excited to have it. And at the Disneyland Expo, we gave a lot out, and we took lots of pictures with the kids, and they were very excited to have it.
The only other comment I'd make is about the buttons for the eyes. So doctors have a thing about buttons, particularly in kids less than 2. So you might think about if that's something you'll continue to do.
Emily, congratulations on being here. I think you're really brave to be an advocate.
Thank you.
One question I have for you. So you're really active on social media, which I've noticed, and you're here. So a lot more people are knowing about you. Have you and your mom given some thought about if you have a lot of money to make a lot more bears, will you keep doing this at home, or do you think you would change the plan and get other people to help you out?
Hopefully we will get other people to help us out, because I think that would be easier to make bears and make them faster.
More people in the mix. Yep.
First of all, yeah, congratulations for
Thank you.
empowering yourself and your hair. I like it. How did you get in contact with the institutions that you've been able to donate to?
The UCLA, are you talking about like what?
Yeah, UCLA. I noticed it was, where was it? Colorado, California. You're in several places.
For UCLA, that was because that's where my doctor is. So that was the first hospital we gave it to. And I know Rhode Island because that's where my mom was born and that's where most of her family is. And
So you have a network of people out there.
yes. And in Las Vegas, Nevada, because that's where my family is from. So just people that I know, we send them the boxes and they bring them to the hospital.
Rick, that was one right to the heart for you, right? Does anybody in the audience have a question for Emily? Yeah.
Comment to make. Emily, we've met you before, right?
At the Disneyland Expo.
We were down at the Disneyland Expo, and your booth was next to mine with regard to the assistance dogs. And I could see the number of people who came to your booth who were so interested in the bear and having that. And you gave me one myself that I could have, and I could see the difference it made. So I say congratulations and thank you very, very much.
Thank you.